What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Michael Ballack, the 4-star centre mid, an 87 rated at 6'2", with mostly lengthy, and I must admit the chem style that we're going to go for has to be a Hawk. The guy who's, obviously I bought it from, has given him a shadow. The Hawk will keep him lengthy, which I think personally is the better one. 6'2", 4'4", he can play centre mid, cam, so again, two options. In terms of a centre mid, he's a very balanced one. Playstyle wise, we've got the power shot plus, intercept, aerial, and also power header. And in terms of stats, the pace could do with the upgrade, so I could see where he's gone with the shadow there. Does keep him on the mostly lengthy rather than anything, and it gives him 89 pace, 85 defending, so it does turn him into an 87 centre mid is what he is. If we was to go with, say, a Hawk and go more attacking on him, it gives him a bit more physicality to an 87. It'd end up with 92 shooting, 85 pace, but the big boost is the fact he goes into the lengthy category rather than mostly lengthy. Whether you'd want him more as a DM or as more of a centre mid would depend on what you go for chemistry styles. I'd say the shadow, you're looking more on the defensive side. Naturally you would do, and it depends on who you are partnering with. I've gone with a Chouameni next to him, just have two very big centre mids to see how well it goes. Normally that is the case when you have a Hullet, you have a Vieira next to him, maybe you have a Hullet and Matthias by the end of the game, and then you've kind of got your balance between somebody a little bit smaller and an absolute giant. He's coming in whoppingly at 430 at the moment, managed to get him at 425. Let's have a look and see what Ballack can do for us. FC24 is here, and Sky Coach has all your needs covered. From squad battles, champs, qualifications, and even now draft boosting, there is a long list of services they do give, as well as coaching, and also the big one everybody wants in FC24 coins. This service is fast and reliable, and you will get your coins, your boosting services, or obviously coaching in a matter of hours. If you do want to get any of these, make sure you head over to skycoach.gg, go onto the website, and when you go to checkout, make sure that you are using the code JT11 at checkout for your 5% off your orders. And if you'd prefer to do this on mobile, check out the screen right now with the QR code for their mobile app. Ballack seeing it out nicely. Very, very high press from this guy. We're really seeing this kind of defensive mindset really chasing. See if we can get that. Oh, I was hoping he was going to go for the intercept. Ballack chasing. Okay, he's gone for the pass back. Leading Ballack out of position. He gets back into it. Seeing it into Ballack here. Oh, okay, we're being pressed left, right, and centre. Luckily, I can pass it to him and just give him the easy one. But Ballack is going to try and do his best to right our wrongs, to be honest. Good interception from our man Ballack here. Little one into Trent. Seems to have a good amount of acceleration on that. Definitely noticing that straight away. Into Ballack. What can we find? Look for a bit of a cross there. It's always nice having that wide play as well. Does take Ballack a little bit of get it going to kind of really get that turn on, but that's offside surely. I've gone for the tackle. He's not offside, is he? Oh, that's basic as well. Literally, I wouldn't have passed to him there. Also, I knew that the press was going to be on him, but that kind of just says it all. It does take him a little bit to kind of get it out of his feet. He's not necessarily the quickest on the ball, but most definitely is a presence when he is kind of in and around that midfield. So it's a half and half with him. I thought he'd be a little bit more fluid on the ball, if that's the word. Into Ballack here. Can we find some out? Just going to... Oh... That's atrocious. It's just a simple through ball. Oh, Ballack. Once he gets his strength on the go and gets that bit of acceleration, he's absolutely fine. But like I said, getting him there is going to be the issue. Like, he needs that first, like, extra step. So, oh, that's poor again. And literally, to be honest, I wouldn't even blame Ballack at this point. My passing today has been atrocious. Good interception. But once he gets that first touch, he has been absolutely golden. And referee, that is atrocious calling. I think the big thing with Ballack, even if he is, 400,000 coins? That's poor. Get the ball away, please. It's not necessarily the fact that it's 400,000, because if you get him in the SBC, then I think, obviously, it's a big dub. Like, the SBC cannot be... There's no way it's going to be 400k, because they just wouldn't do that. Especially when what the kind of lowest you can get is 80,000 coins, something for Ian Rush. There's just no way that they put it at that kind of most expensive. So it is a big dub from there. Buying him outright, I just think there's so many better centre mids, or at least centre mids that can do the exact same. So it's not as if he's kind of a 1 in a million. He's not like a Hullet, where I do think the kind of game plan for him is just absolutely outstanding. He's replaceable in some aspects for a lot cheaper coins, but SBC wise would be a big dub in comparison to what you can get, as most definitely there is some absolute rubbish pulls in there. I pray to God this Mbappe is a loan. Oh, Haaland! Ballack keeps the play nearly. But going into the overall form then, so we're looking at 430 at the moment. In terms of SBC, in terms of the SBC, I think it's a good card. It's naturally going to be one of the better ones you can get, especially in the kind of centre mid variety as well. If we kind of have a little look on the icons and go 87 rated, these are kind of the levels that we're looking at in terms of price. We've obviously got Torres at number 1. Essie and Makalele are above him. Rijkaard's just above him. We've done a review on Rijkaard, and he is absolutely phenomenal. Ballack's coming in kind of, what, fourth centre mid, fifth centre mid, just under Petit as well. And I do think the 4-4 does carry him a lot. And I think if you are looking compared to kind of the bottom end, we've got quite a lot of cards underneath 200. I'd say this is a big dub. Whether I'd go out and buy him is a different question. I think he's a very good centre mid, but I wouldn't necessarily go buy him. And I think when it comes to icons being at the price they are, if you don't have loads and loads of coins, it is a big kind of investment to make, knowing that they eventually will lose value. It'll be interesting to see what value he does get once the icon pack's out. I don't think a lot of people will get him. I do think he's going to be one of them hard ones to get, like Torres, like Essien. They are the max. They're not meant to be got very easily. Everyone's going to be getting Ian Rush, a Trezeguet, I don't even know the others, kind of like a Lampard or something of the 200k and under, because it's going to be, I would estimate, between 100, maybe 200k, but I'd say more 100 to 150. And that's kind of going to be the SBC. So if you do get a almost triple or just over double and a bit value of the SBC, I'd say that's a dub. But in terms of centre mids, there's so many cheap ones. Tchouaméni is a great example of that. He is absolutely phenomenal. We then go a bit further down. We look at someone like Patricia? Yeah, Patry. She's very good. She's on the second account. Valverde's a little bit more expensive. Still cheaper, I must admit. Then you've got your Cams. If we go... In fact, these are not even by price, in fact. So if we go by price, if we look at kind of 100k and under, because we know we could get him, Jude Bellingham, still 144. Very surprised at that. I think he's good, but I definitely wouldn't pay 144 for him. Tonali is going to be a great shout. It depends what you want. A box-to-box, De Jong would be a nice one. I feel like with kind of Ballack, he is a bit about both. He is everything. He has that power shot plus. He then has the defending if you whack a shadow. Passing's there. Little bit of dribbling with a 4-4. But I don't think he's absolutely the master of it. It's like I said, it still takes him a little bit to get going because of the lengthy meta with him. So it is a kind of card that you got to get used to. He's not just completely get the ball and run. You've got to give him that space. Don't give him that pressured situation unless you've got that pass straight off. I still think he is definitely like a 9 out of 10 at the very minimum. 430 for a reason. If he was rubbish in the game, naturally the price would reflect it. We would see it with Lampard. We see it with Scholes. We see it with Ian Rush. If he's rubbish, they get a rubbish price naturally. And if he was perceived as rubbish but is actually alright, he goes up. It's something we've seen with Rijkaard. Was about 200k, 300k to start with, then he's rose up to about 400. It shows that the market does reflect how good sometimes it is, but it all depends on your centre mids as well and how you actually play with him. I would say, personally, a Hawk is always going to be nice to keep him lengthy. A Shadow I can understand for the more CDM aspect, but it is totally down to you. I think the Shadow worked really well for him, but if you are looking for more of an attacking, maybe you've got yourself a DM, you've got yourself a Rijkaard or a Petit sitting there as well, then you can kind of almost take away from the defensive aspect, because he's a big old unit still. He's still going to get tackles in. It's just not going to be as prominent as you kind of can see without that Shadow. So let me know down below what you think about Ballack. If you did do the 87 SBC and you are here and you've made it this far, thank you very much, and let me know who did you get. Take care. Peace. Watch it not come out now.